Hey everybody, Sean from Rinehart here, and today we're talking about the difference between touring baffles. So we offer several different products for touring motorcycles, especially the Milwaukee 8 touring motorcycles. Obviously our number one seller, everybody's probably aware, is our slip-on mufflers. And we make a few different ones. We've got our standard 4-inch, our Moto Pro 45, the DBX 45s, the HP 45s and HP 45 XLs. A lot of variety, a lot of options. But one of the common questions we get is what's the difference between the internal baffles? And so we're going to cover some of that today. I've got a few baffles here that I can show you, and we'll talk about the difference between them and what they're fitting into. So first we've got this one here, and this is our DBX baffle. This comes in all of our DBX 40 and DBX 45 slip-ons, and a baffle just like this also comes in our HP 45 and HP 45 XL slip-ons. So you can see that we've got the louver pattern cut into the baffle like we always do. That's a very typical thing for Rinehart. We do that spiral core louver pattern to improve exhaust scavenging and prevent reversion. But you can see that on this particular baffle, there's only 5 rows of louvers cut in there. So what that does is it dissipates less of the sound into the muffler body, lets more of it come out the back of the muffler. That produces a louder, more aggressive sound, especially when you get the RPMs up over about 3,000, while still keeping that deep, warm Rinehart tone. In the Moto Pro 45 mufflers, which are very similar to the DBX, these have a baffle that have a little more louvers cut into them. You can see there's almost twice the number of rows of louvers cut into these. So what that does, of course, it dissipates a little more sound into the muffler body, a little less comes out the back of the muffler. So these are going to have a slightly more mellow tone, especially over 3,000, 3,500 RPM. Not quite as aggressive, not quite as much of a punch, but still louder than stock and still a great sounding baffle. Now, another option we have is this one here, which is actually the standard baffle that comes in our 4-inch mufflers, but these will also fit in your DBX 45s. Some guys have found that the DBX 45s may be a little too loud for them, especially if they do motor work like cams, something like that. And this baffle being louvered all the way down is going to dissipate more of that sound into the muffler body, bringing the noise down a little bit, keeping the volume down a little bit, still louder than stock, still has that same deep, warm Rinehart rumble that you're expecting, but not as loud, not as aggressive as the DBX or the Moto Pro baffle. This fully louvered baffle also has the added benefit of producing a little more back pressure. So for guys doing big motor builds or trying to do torque cams, trying to really increase the torque in their motorcycle, this baffle here is the way to go, because it's going to provide a little more back pressure, which is going to accentuate that torque more. So that's just a few of the baffles we offer for our touring slip-ons. You know, if you've got questions on this stuff or any of our products, as always, give us a call or check out rinehartracing.com.